How's it going? It is Charles Botenston, and today we're going to be talking about a book that, you know, when they come out with these, whatever they're called, where someone says don't judge a book by its cover, and you know the early bird catches the worm and things like that. Whatever, I forgot what they're called, but this is a perfect example. It's got an old school cover, and it actually has the $1.99 sticker right up here. So it's been around for a while. They talk about Walkmans and things like that. So it's 2003. So it's been around for 11 years, and it's not flashy. It doesn't have the greatest outside, but to be honest, this thing really changed my life, especially for someone that I follow a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. And Gary Vaynerchuk, if you don't know, he actually wrote this book, which is called Crush It. I haven't read it, but I follow him religiously. Gary Vaynerchuk and his amazing guy, Crush It, and Thank You Economy. And he also wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook, which is about social media. So Crush It, which is a short read. It's only about 100 and something pages. I'm going to be reading this next because I just feel obligated. I need to read it. But Gary Vaynerchuk talks about something that's really interesting. Just want to make sure that I'm still focused on here. Talks about something called hustle. And really it's a word that's being brought back into the English language and used a lot. And people feel like they're hustling. And I feel like I'm hustling sometimes. But then I leave at the end of the day and I'm like, I didn't really hustle there. I don't know what I actually did today, but I definitely did not hustle. And it's really one of those mentalities that you have to have, and I thought I needed to just sit at my desk, put your head down, and just do work. Brian Tracy talks about doing that, putting your head down, and just from 9 till 9, just for me it's earlier, it's like 7:30, but from 7:30 to 7:30, a 12-hour day, putting that in. And Gary says he puts in 14-hour days, 16-hour days, and that's how he is where he is. He's worth 50 million, maybe more, 75 million. I have no idea. He owns a 350-person company called VaynerMedia. And the reason I'm talking about him is because everyone has that mentality, is that you got to sit there, and especially in today's world, and they actually talk about in today's world, and this is written before YouTube, before Facebook, before Instagram, before Pinterest, before this, it's a great book because it was written before this, yet it applies more now. And you're saying, okay, great, now get into the book. Okay, so about the book, it's really about how you can maximize your time. And not time management, but maximizing your day. So it says, take 90-minute breaks. And he talks about Andre Agassi. He talks about tennis players that between sets, or between points, I should say, between points, in other words, they hit it, it goes out of bounds, they look at each player, and whoever rests the most will win the match. And rests means not jumping around. Rests, you look at the top tennis players, they walk to the next thing, they may be jumping around, but the thing is, you need that rest. When you hype yourself up for the next point, later in the match, you're going to be exhausted, and that applies to us. In other words, later in the day, if we eat bad food, if we eat high carbohydrate foods, we're going to be tired at the end of the day. We're going to be tired at the end of the day, and we're going to be lazy at the end of the day if we didn't exercise in the morning to get our body going, which sounds counterintuitive, but he talks about it. When people feel tired, he says, go exercise. When people feel tired, have a break. That's your body saying you need a break. It doesn't mean, oh man, I'm tired, I should work more, because you're going to, and he says it, when you do work when you're tired, it's going to be lazy work, and it's going to take longer for you to do that work because you're not focused on it. So he goes over in 7 chapters. First is fully engaged, your energy. And he actually goes, this is a brilliant how he actually sets this up. Energy, spiritual, and your health. those are the three areas. But then at the end of the book, this is an amazing part. If you want me to really sum up the book in couple of words, where is that page? He literally just brings it down to, if you want to get the gist, you just read, here you go. Here are the 10 things. Most important physical energy management strategies. And really, he applied this to athletes, but he applies this to everyday people because we actually need it more than athletes. Athletes, they have an off season. They go through 4 hours of intense pressure, but then they have time off. We have back to back days, and then we go home to kids. Yeah, athletes go home to kids, but they have an off season. They have days off. They have, and people say, okay, yeah, during the season, they're working, and then there's the game. But then on the off season, they don't have to be as pressure. We have 365 days of pressure, and I'm not saying we're better than athletes. I'm just saying that we need to apply the strategies that athletes do, which is, one, got to take breaks in the day. So here you go. Number one, these are the most important physical energy management strategies, the strategies for your physical energy. Go to bed early and wake up early. Go to sleep and wake up consistently at the same times. Eat 5 small meals daily. Eat breakfast daily. Eat a balanced, healthy diet. Minimal sugar, or minimize simple sugars. Drink 48 to 64 ounces of water a day. Take breaks every 90 minutes. He says every 90 minutes. Get some physical activity daily, and do at least 2 cardiovascular interval workouts, which is running, something like that, and 2 strength training workouts. So the strength training, it doesn't matter if you're old or not. He says every 5 years, there is a percentage for every 5 years, point something percent of your bone mass decreases and your muscle mass decreases after the age of like 35. After the age of 35, you pretty much just start plummeting in your strength. And that's exactly what he's saying, is that your strength training builds up your testosterone, which builds up your bones, which build up, yes, your muscles and your strength to... It's just for everything, for just all day, better posture, walking further, having higher energy, and obviously the cardiovasculars for your health, losing weight, keeping in shape, your heart. This is the top 10. Go to bed early, wake up early. Highly recommend this book. This book is a must read. This is a 5 out of 5 stars, and I cannot say enough about it. It says managing your energy, not your time, is the key to high performance and personal renewal. And that's exactly it is. Managing your energy. And that's it. When people say they have high energy throughout the day, I look at Gary Vaynerchuk. He says he just hustles from 6 a.m. to 12 at night. And it's like, dude, how do you hustle? So people have that in their mind that they should be hustling for that amount of time, when in fact, it's not the time, it's managing your energy. So pick up the book. It's by Jim Loehr and Tony Schwartz. I think they actually wrote another book that I bought, or at least I have on my Amazon list, and that's probably going to be another good book. Well written, unbelievable writing style. It's very quick. They bring up they bring up dozens of case studies, and you'll relate to one of them. They have kids and they have a work life, and this is what they did to change their life and things like that. So pick up the book, follow us on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to the videos. We put out a video pretty much once a week, because that's how many books I read a week, once a week, right around. Hopefully one day I'll get more than that, but right now it's at 1 book a week, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Leave in the comments a book that you want me to review, and obviously tell your friends about the videos. Talk to you guys soon.